Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. In today's reading, I will say I'm mostly going to be clear channeling because today's theme has been mainly around communication styles, energy that is coming through for you. And if those of you are new to me or just tuning in for the first time, first of all, I welcome you to this channel. I'm very happy that you clicked on this video. If you are here, then this is most likely a message for you. If you don't resonate with this, that's okay. I appreciate you coming along. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you do to help support this channel is so much appreciated. And for those of you who are not new viewers, who have been with me for the long run, I just want to say thank you. And I'm definitely here for you because I'm feeling a lot of you have been coming from my most recent new moon message or have been following me along for a while because your energy has been very, very inspiring for me because I do feel you, and I'm very much happy to have you here, and I love you very much for joining me during this journey as I learn to grow with my channel. And one of the intentions of this reading, I'm just going to say this first and foremost. I don't know if this reading is ever going to go up. I have literally recorded this reading 2 times. This is my 3rd time. I tried recording this, and every single time technology has been interacting with me weird. I've been interrupted. Socially, I've been able to not speak words properly. If you hear tension in my voice, it's because I can't say anything. I'm literally at this point in the reading where I am embodying this energy where I feel like, should I put this up or not? If you're seeing this, I've been successful in actually having these messages channeled through me. But if not, this is definitely a message for you to work on your communication style. A lot of what you're hearing in my voice now is frustration because I am a clear channeler and energy healer, and I feel things very deeply and esoterically. Some of you might be frustrated with how people are communicating with you, how you might be communicating with others, or you might just be relearning what it means to be yourself on a soul level. And one of the suggestions I had early on was finding your Mercury placement, the sign it's in, the house it's in, because that's going to mean a lot to you in the long run and help you communicate with your soul better, more so than you communicate with the world or how the world communicates with you. But that is definitely the main theme and message coming up. So since I've already kind of recorded this more than a few times, I do have still the same messages that came through to me. So the one thing I will say, I'm going to just say I have Mercury placement in Cancer in the 9th house. And for those of you who don't know, Cancer, your Cancer placement or the planet of Cancer is the planet of communication. Cancer is ruled by Gemini, and it's a 3rd house. But in your natal chart, it will manifest as, depending on your time of birth and your date of birth, it will show itself to be in a different sign and the different house placements. And that will actually influence how you communicate with others, how people communicate with you, or how you understand people. It influences how you understand yourself and how the universe can actually speak to your soul. And with me being a Mercury Cancer in the 9th house, a lot of that has to do with this motherly energy, soul to soul communication, heart to heart. I heal through my throat chakra. I heal through my heart chakra. I am very much an intuitive, energetic reader. When I communicate with someone, I sit with them. And I just kind of, when I'm in a proper headspace, I know what to say. I know what to say, when to say it appropriately, what they need to hear on a soul level. And people just kind of automatically open up to me because I have that very, very open feeling of people can know I'm an energy healer. They can know I'm an energy healer just by feeling my energy, whether they know it or not. And that's the way that I have been called to communicate, how I've chosen to communicate. And in the past, I was doing more on one. So one of the biggest shifts that has happened recently is opening up to a broader collective. Like, I was in my comfort zone when I was doing one-to-one channeling. I was doing some psychic medium channeling. I was doing some tarot reading, or in the past, I did sort of this like peer-to-peer counseling where I would just sit down with someone in a sort of like a community setting, not like a licensed therapist, but more so like a group therapy sort of capacity where people speak with each other. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of part of my, it's part of my more, this might be true to you in your area. It's like a local health community thing, mental health community. It's a group therapy sort of community place where it is encouraged for peers to support peers. Some people can get into paid positions in that field. I was actually offered a job, which is kind of why I knew that this was something I was called to do. But for me, energetically, I used to respond to one-on-one communication a lot better. Opening up to the collective at large is kind of a growing pain for me, and you're joining me with me on this journey, and I am excited you get to witness this in real time, because I think most of you might be going through a spiritual growing pain or spiritual shift. Right now, I'm taking a look at spring blessings coming in over the next 3 to 6 months, what you will see in your life over the next 5 to 6 months specifically, or what is coming into fruition. And this could be as far as manifestation, your own personal growth, or the result of a new moon healing cycle or any shadow work. And these manifestations, I've been told, they're going to form into your life in the near future. Maybe even when I say over the next 3 to 6 months, it's not a literal, it starts in 3 months or it starts in 6 months. Let's just say if you're trying to manifest a soulmate, divine counterpart, you might meet them tomorrow or the day after this reading. Over the next 3 to 6 months from the day of meeting, you are basically working on your relationship. Because you're not going to be automatically like, oh, a tarot reader said I'm going to meet my soulmate, we're getting married the next day. It's like, no, that's not it. Love takes time. It takes growth. It takes energy in, energy out. You get to know a person. Just because you know someone's your soulmate or your twin flame doesn't mean you're going to jump into that relationship head first and be like, okay, you're my boyfriend now. No, it takes time. A boyfriend or girlfriend, that might be specific to some of you. Yeah, so I think some of you have been trying to manifest. I think that was just an example that came through, though. A non-binary counterpart, whoever you're trying to get into your life, they might come in. I'm hearing some of you, it came in recently. You actually might have met your person. This relationship is forming over the next 3 to 6 months. Or 5 to 6 months, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. You're going to grow closer, basically. You'll get your manifestation, but that manifestation will take time to grow, and you might heal together. You'll get opportunities to get to know each other, because that's the thing. And that's the thing that actually came up multiple times is, if you know the musical Into the Woods, basically the main theme of the musical is, be careful what you wish for. It might come true. And sometimes it does come true. If you're a master manifestor, it probably mostly does come true. But once you get that wish you receive, you need to nurture it and take care of it. Wishes are children. Manifestations are children. When you birth it into existence, it's like, that's not the end of it. You have to raise that child. You have to raise that little baby. So if your baby is a job, if your baby is a family, money, a soulmate connection, you need to nurture that baby. The baby is the relationship. The baby is the job. So just because you get it, that's not the end. It's like not happily ever after. It's like, so, and then you continue on with your journey with this person. And so as you kind of solidify the relationship, it kind of starts to ebb and flow and grow. And this will last. What I'm hearing for most of you who've done a lot of the work and have been anticipating this, whether it has come in recently, will come in recently, or over the past few months, you might meet this person, or have good news about a job or a promotion, or, workplace stuff coming through, or relationships, whatever. Just because it happens over this period of time, it doesn't mean that, that's the deadline, that's the cutoff. It's like in 3 months you might meet someone new, and in 6 months you go closer to them. And then the duration of your manifestations will last a while, a few years, and they will change over time. And that's usually true of any relationship, of any job, any career setting, even, or even when it comes to family and friends. It's like we change over time. Our relationships change. And if you released a lot of stagnant energy, this person is going to be new to you, and they're going to help release a lot of old wounds that you couldn't release within you alone, and help you grow together. And the more you heal together, the more you heal parts of yourself you didn't know needed to be healed. The more you learn things about you, aspects about you, the more you gain influence and get like positive change from another person. Because if you identify as a psychic empath and you're with someone new, they're going to help heal you, and you're going to be close to them in a way where they will actually almost adjust your behavior and change you in a positive way. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically that's how the nature of relationships and how they shape us and change us. And if you're an empath and you gain influence from others easily, this might be a positive influence. So let's just say if you had trouble setting up boundaries in the past, or you were a people pleaser, you might be uniting with someone in your life, or follow a career path, or even get a mentor with someone who like teaches you how to set boundaries and how to be more assured of yourself, and letting go of the people pleasing part of you for good, and making peace with the part of you that's more assertive. Yeah, that's been coming through. Also, the other thing that came through as well is if some of you are pursuing a career path in general, and you're in the mindset of you need to be seen by a lot of people to make a difference, or you need a lot of people to acknowledge your work or validate your work to make a difference in the world, that's not true. Like, if you heal one person, you heal the world, and that person can also heal you too as well. And I'm also forgetting what I've said in this reading because I've done it so many times. Like, one thing I heard from a most recent interaction with a Reiki healer. Now, I really don't know if I said this. I will say it again if I have. Just let me know. I'm gonna have to go through and see what I have said and what I haven't. Thank you for bearing with me. I recently went to a Reiki healer, and she did tell that to me, that she helps heal herself through her clients as well, because she's taking information from the divine and channeling it through into the physical world. And she's being that bridge of light between heaven and earth, and just taking what is from source and channeling it through herself and grounding it. So when she tapped into my energy when she was healing my heart and solar plexus, she did say to me that she does actually heal while working with her clients, or she heals through me as well, because it's all energy. And if it's passing through her, and that energy was meant for me, and that energy is just basically very healing in general, it did help her. And that's what I'm going to say about you. If you are an energy healer and you're working on this path and you need that sort of help, you're helping me just as much as I might be helping you. Even if I don't know you, even if we're halfway across the world from each other, we're all working together in the higher realms, and we're all brothers and sisters in this world. And I know there's a lot of danger with like forming parasocial communication or relationships, because there is a little bit of a gap of communication. What I will say to you is that, with light and love, we all are meant to embody that energy of universal love. And I think if you are manifesting love into your life, if you came from my new moon reading, one of the piles, or one of the most recent twin flame readings, one of the biggest things that you're going to learn over the next 5 to 6 months in a new relationship is how to communicate better, not only with others, but yourself, and learning your partner's style of communication as well, because it's also like a weird love language sort of thing. Being open and honest, being like, you're going to see a lot of fast results with this person, and you're going to feel brand new if that's the case. It was with some of you, you might be healing and mending certain relationships or reuniting with people. A few of you, if you have been pursuing a sort of career out there in the world, either in show business as an actor or working behind the scenes, player, songwriter, playwright, if you want to write the next Hamilton. I actually heard, and I don't know if this is true for you, but some of you might have been contemplating writing a parody to Into the Woods, which is very kind of meta. It's meta. That's super meta if you're doing that. If you're doing like, I think that's true because I started coughing and I feel like, yeah, that might have been true to some of you. If you're thinking to write a parody to a parody, because Into the Woods was satire, but in a lot of way, it kind of did have a lot with its main message. It was actually good. And I think some of you, that holds true to you when it comes to your manifestations and what you're wishing for. And it's like, there's no problem with doing that. I actually think it's kind of funny and hilarious. And if whatever you want to pursue as far as your creativity goes, and even as a thought exercise, like when I was trying to even get into some other of my creative careers, that's all I did. Like I would write rap songs and just put words together and see what fits. Like every once in a while, I will sing a song in my kitchen. Like whenever some of you might identify as a kitchen witch and you do this too, but it's like when you sing to your food and you make it with love, that energy like enters into that spirit. You can imbibe your food with positive energy and it tastes better. So I, a lot of times, like to put on my music and sing. And this morning I made up my own song because I was trying to channel this energy of love. And so I just literally made my own song and embodied that energy. So if you're looking to enter into that field or you're already working on it, the best way to manifest it or let it solidify in is just practice it. Write a junk script, write do a practice play. Just do a free writing exercise of whatever comes from your beautiful brain. Put it on paper. Some of it might work. Some of it might stick. Some of it might make no sense. But to others, there are going to be people who find it freaking hilarious. Because every single time I sat down for this reading and I've been like channeling the energy here, when I mentioned Into the Woods, I'm hearing Into the Woods musical parody, and I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm just going to say, I'm a fan of Team Starkid. If you don't know who they are, definitely check them out. They've been doing a lot more like darker plays recently, but oh my gosh, are they hilarious? Because I like dark comedy, just to be fair. And it's kind of that a little bit more. But then their older works, like they did like Harry Potter parody. If you like stuff that's a little bit lighter and fluffier, they did a musical Trail to Oregon. But the thing is that like a lot of the showrunners and writers, like they did it because they were passionate. And some of the music they write is like legitimately beautiful and heart touching. Like that, their whole body of work, check it out if you're interested in writing your own musicals, or look into actually specifically if you're looking into writing music, Jeff Blim, if you don't already know who he is, like he does a lot of the music, or if not most of the music, or I think all of the music for Starkid. Look into him and what he's been doing. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into creative work, but you keep doing it because it's what you enjoy doing. It's your passion. It doesn't matter if you're the most popular playwright in the world, if you're on Broadway. What matters is you're doing what you love. And you might only have a few 100,000 people see your work, but you've touched the souls and awakened the lives of 100,000 people. Fam, what I'm saying to you is, if you sing to one person and awaken their soul, you've made a mark on this world. That is worth more than you can imagine. Your soul is beautiful. Don't give a damn about popularity. Like, popularity breeds contempt. It's okay if you're like if you're doing it in your own personal backyard, if that's all you're doing. And even if you have aspirations to be a star, it's like, that's okay. It's just doing what you love, doing the work, putting that effort in and practicing it every day. Because even with my own journey, when I started doing this, I thought, oh, I'm going to be a guidance counselor. I'm going to help people work through their trauma. And, I'm going to be there for people who had to get out of bad situations and, crisis management. And then 5 years later, I'm like, I'm a freaking tarot reader who's working with the energy of a lot of people and channeling messages for a lot of people. And I didn't even expect that to happen, but it's still in my wheelhouse. And it wasn't until I sat down and really just assessed what I needed to do, what my soul felt was right for me. It's like, you never know where your life is going to go. You never know what you're going to get. Life is a freaking box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You might not like all the flavors that life gives you, but there's going to be a lot of them that you do love very much. And the next time you get a box of chocolates, you'll know which chocolates to not eat. Like, you'll know which chocolates to throw away. Because, like, I don't like the strawberry one. I like the coconut one. Me personally, I like all chocolates. I love chocolate so much, like I wouldn't throw any of them out. But you get the message. So it's like the next time around, because you're going into the woods again, you're coming back for more. The playwrights, the Pottermores, the rent heads, anybody out there liking Hamilton, like, put yourself out there and live your dreams, no matter who follows you or who watches you. Because another thing that came up in one of the messages I received recently had to do with a TV show, and I would highly recommend it for you who are in I'm going to say multimedia field, or in show business, or looking to make something, whether it's like on stage or like production or TV show or whatever, like Sundance. There is a television show on the streaming service, Peacock. And I think it's a Peacock exclusive, and it's called Hysteria. And it is based on the satanic panic of the 70s and 80s. So if you're triggered by that, if you knew anybody from that time, if you lived during that time, you grew up during that time, it might not be for you. But basically, like, one of the main themes had to do with humanizing everyone who was involved with that, seeing the light and good and understanding why people go in that direction. So there was a lot of like empathy. There was a lot of emotion there. And very much visually striking. If you love music, it's basically like music based. It's like this heavy metal band wants to be seen and wants to be popular. So the person who was like the lead singer, the head of the band, is desperately, like, they're a teenager. They're desperately trying to fit in and trying to make a name for themselves and be seen. And one of the main themes and messages early on from one of, like, the mother of the protagonist was, would you rather be seen, or would you rather be known? Or it's one thing to be seen by people, and it's another thing to be known by people. And that's one of the main themes of the show as you go through it. And it is a horror. There's a lot of horror elements. There's a lot of violence. It's kind of darker comedy, but really awesome music. It does kind of shed light on the darkness of humanity, but it kind of brings in hope. And if you're interested in, because one of the main points one of the main highlights that I loved most about that TV show, again, it's called Hysteria. I will write the name of it in the description below. Was it kind of reminded me just slightly Lynch's style of relaying information, not the dreamlike esoteric style, which actually a lot of it is very much abstract and emotional and dreamlike. It's the red and blue, the shift between red and blue, the dichotomy, like they're like doppelganger type of thing, like, you know, two sides of the same coin. That is basically there. It feels very much like Lynchian influenced, and there's a lot of the themes surrounding like how society interacts with the most vulnerable people, with teenagers, minorities, and women, and especially mothers. So I mean, God rest his soul. I mean, he just passed recently, but that show can't fill the void. But if you had an itch for a Lynchian style show, and you like a lot of that dark humor, and you need that human element, and you like a lot of that energy, check that out. You know, that might help you and inspire you, because that did actually kind of weirdly awaken something in me, that show. It is very weird how media works that way. But yeah, it's sort of like how the sound design works and the production design and the lighting. Because the thing is that movies and shows and showrunners, like, it's not just the actors, it's the energy of the environment. It's the background producers. It's the production of it, the people who set the scenery, the people who make the costumes. It's the people who direct the actors. It's the people who coach the actors. You're all a team putting this work of art together. Just because you're not on center stage doesn't mean you haven't left a mark in the studio. You are putting color into a project. You are putting your personality into it. And wherever you are in life and wherever you go, even if you're not wanting to be in the show business, what you take with you in this next phase of your journey and your manifestation, like, that's going to change you for a long time, and it's going to shape you. And don't forget to look at the things that influence you the most, because you might actually realize that a lot of it didn't come from a reflection of your own personal journey, but some of the more subconscious and subliminal messages you might pick up on, the language of the soul. And that might be specific for a few of you, but it's just about reframing how you engage with certain media over time as well is important, not just for people who desire to be showrunners or you know, characters in a play, in any aspect of your life, in career, in finances, in faith-based communities, in a relationship. So well, first of all, I'm going to give a time frame. I was trying to figure out what yeah, there's a lot of noise around me, so just bear with me. I'm just going to say F it, this video is going to wind up. You're going to hear this. I've had a lot of interruptions, and you know what? You deserve to hear this. I'm not going to stop this video, so you're here with me for the ride. So some of these things might be coming in and are forming in over April into mid-June, or June 20th might be a specific date for a few of you. Because this is divine timing, only take it as it resonates, depending on when you're viewing this, because you might be viewing this later. You might be viewing this in June. This might be coming on. The algorithm might be shifting in my favor, and you might be seeing this in June. But definitely over the next 6 months, November 11th might be an important date to you, sometime in June. But June seems to be very much like kind of like the broader time frame of when things are going to be really settling in for you. And from the time of recording, it is the end of February. So if you're seeing it now, then this might be true. If you're not, if you're seeing this in June, it might be November into next February. And another sign that came up was a yellow flower. So if you're seeing a lot of flowers around you, or if you came from my reading and I channeled that flower-like energy, that might be a significator for you. So I'm going to link all the songs that I received in the description below. One of the songs I received early on was Different People by No Doubt. And that was surrounding the theme of, the idea that you have to be seen by a lot of people to have your voice heard or to change the world or to affect others. And the truth is you don't. So one of the lines from that song is, you don't have to be a famous person just to leave a mark. A mother can be an inspiration for a little son. There's so many beautiful people in this world. You're one of them. And we don't interact with each other the same way. And that's important. We're not meant to. This is society is a social ecosystem. Not everybody is going to like everyone else. And we're not meant to. We might want to aspire to that level of a undying, unconditional loving frequency as a society. That is always something to aspire to. However, when we're receiving these gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, it's easy to receive a lot of the darkness of others and kind of the projections and misconstrue that as being our own inner worth or inner sense of self. And one of the things that is going to be relieved from you over this next year is the need to be pleasing to others in order to feel safe within yourself or feel like you are worthy of existing or hold space in this world. And that's the theme also of what I was saying of just because people see you doesn't mean they know you. And if you are channeling a lot more clairaudiently, if I sound like a broken record, this is coming through all over again. You need to hear this. Definitely work on your throat, clear your crown chakra. If this is new to you, it's a lot, because right now I just felt my energy kind of hit its limit. So you might need to set reasonable expectations during this energetic shift, but I'm just saying in the next 6 months, it's going to help you in a lot of ways. When you're going through an energetic shift, you need to sometimes take time to yourself to heal. If you are having trouble with your throat, excuse me, there it is again, managing emotions. If you're having trouble with a lot of the energy you're fielding, and all of a sudden, if your crown chakra is opening up and is bright and beautiful, you need to take time to yourself to recalibrate. Don't go too fast out into the world, because I did that and I ended up kind of slipping back into old habits. And it took me another year to heal some things. But the point is that, I didn't resist when I knew it was time to move on. And I don't think you're resisting either. You need to heal, and it feel like you're going down a water slide almost. It might not be fun. And I'm hearing for some of you Cancer season, there's going to be a lot of relief, or there's going to be some ease of mind. I'll see if I can remember some of the other channeled songs I got from my other readings in the description below, if you might need that. The song Lucky by Britney Spears came up. All that glitters is not gold. And it might look good from the outside looking in at lives of celebrities. But once you take time to heal, you will realize and know that you just need yourself to be happy. You just know your light is enough, and you're worthy of all the happiness in the world, and you are still worthy of recognition. But it doesn't matter if you think too few or too little people are seeing it, or you think you should be more popular or mainstream. That is very much an egoic belief of, the more people who like me, the happier I'll be, right? Popularity doesn't mean you're going to be happy. Being seen by people doesn't mean you're going to be known or even liked by people. And that's a double-edged sword of fame. And to be able to be in the mindset of someone who is famous is not easy, because a lot of the people who are famous don't always make it. I hate to say that. That's really harsh. And I feel like for some of you it might felt rude, but it's like, unfortunately, if you let go of your ego and let things transpire and let the people who vibe with you just be with you and know you, like, you don't need to be the most popular person. If you have a consistent fan base of, let's say, just 100,000 people, like even 20 million, or however, you have consistent followers who are there with you. You have your ride or die people, and you don't want the entire world to see you, because not all of them are going to like you. Not everyone's supposed to like you, and that's okay. Like, I personally am okay with however many viewers I have, because I know that these readings are going to be personal for you, and whoever hears them needs to hear them. And I'm already doing enough as it is to put that light into the world, because I enjoy doing this. I love reading for you guys. Guys, I love this. That's why I sat down 3 times in a row and it's like, I'm getting it out there. This is my passion, y'all. This is my joy. I am here for you. It doesn't matter how many people see it. If one person sees it, that's enough. If I've touched one person's life, that's enough for me. And I just want to say I love you guys, and you guys can do this. You guys can do this. You'll get through this. A lot of you have some worries and fears manifesting as well alongside of your gifts breaking through, and that's okay. Give yourself time. It's not going to happen overnight. Just remember to take your time and allow yourself that space to become and solidify into who you are becoming as you master your manifestation. As you get used to being rich and famous, or you get used to being loved by the person of your dreams, give yourself that opportunity to change with it. And know it's going to be okay, because it takes time. And for me personally, if I haven't already said this, usually when something breaks through, it takes me 6 months to adjust to it. I most recently had a breakthrough. I'm in the middle of adjusting to this. So yeah, and for different healing cycles, like to heal my people-pleasing cycle, that took over 6 months. It took 8 to 9 months. And 12 months it took me to heal trauma bonding issues. So just letting you know, there are different layers of healing. There are different layers of ascension, especially like I've done this for like 4.5 years. I know what I'm doing. And then like literally the day before yesterday, a new gift broke through. I ascended to a certain layer, and all of a sudden it's like, this is the first time I'm reading. That's what it feels like. This is the first time I'm talking to you. This is the first time I've been clairaudient, and it's not. It's just adjusting to a new style of reading and a pattern of behavior within myself I didn't even know existed. So I know this might have been a little bit long. This might have been a little bit rambly, but I wanted it to get through to you. And those of you who have been here and who are still here and who are listening to what I've been saying, I appreciate you so much. Not all of what I needed to say I felt came out, but enough, and I'm getting this up. I swear to goodness, I'm getting this up. Like, comment, and subscribe. If it's up and online on YouTube, I've succeeded. I'm bumbling through this. I'm tripping my way through this. Someone needs to see it. Nothing's interrupting me. So I'm letting go and letting God, and wishing you the best of luck, because over the next 5 to 6 months, you're just going to see your life change so dramatically. But it's going to happen in a way where it's sustainable. And I'm going to actually pick a few charms to give you some final messages if you're still here. I sometimes when I go through an up-leveling and shift, especially since I'm working with magic a little bit more recently, I revert to the language of my starseed origin. And that's why I can't speak English momentarily sometimes too. Sometimes it's because of a couple of viewers, or a couple of you might not speak English. Some of it might be just because I'm channeling music that's not in English, because I do that too. But sometimes it's like I revert to my old language from my starseed origin, because my human tongue cannot speak for a second. So I'm going to be getting some more final messages. So you're going to be seeing friendship changes, positive and negative, positive friendship changes coming in. Maybe some of the more negative situationships are falling away. You might be recovering starseed memories, past life starseed origins. I'm hearing you're the group that reconnects with the Fae, or works with the Fae often. That's why I saw the yellow flower. Day lilies might be important for you, or Stelladora lilies, yellow flowers. Yeah, if you don't know what those flowers are, day lilies might be good for you if you're working on your garden or to add to your home. Stelladora lilies might be good too. You might be moving house, moving to a new location. I'm also hearing, do me a favor and don't worry about these star seeds coming to you. New love and relationships. Yeah, I do feel like you're definitely a lot of people who are consistently changing, ebbing and flowing, and working towards your soul growth. And definitely some of you have come from my other readings, and I am very much appreciative of you. Welcome back once again. I know I keep saying that. I do genuinely mean it, and I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. We're just going to be for real. So thank you for tuning in and watching again. I appreciate you being here, appreciate the energy. And, I hope to see you soon in another video. And hopefully I'll be able to be slightly more cohesive and less tongue-tied. And I will try to remember to link everything that I mentioned in the description below. So thank you so much. I'm so happy this got out there to you. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.